The Zarn collective trained on volcanic moons. They wrestled plasma serpents and ran drills in zero-G combat domes. They thought they knew pain. They thought they knew discipline. Then they watched human basic training. And everything they believed about strength shattered. The Galactic Military Exchange Program was meant to foster understanding between species. Elite warriors from 12 civilizations would observe each other's training methods, share techniques, maybe learn something new. The Zarn sent Commander Vextor, veteran of 100 campaigns. The Draconids sent their finest warriors who bathed in radiation for fun. The Methanian swarm sent drones who felt no pain, knew no fear. They'd all heard rumors about humans. The soft species from a backwater planet. Needed special suits just to survive in space. Couldn't see half the spectrum. Fragile bones. Vulnerable flesh. This should be amusing, Vextor had said, his 4 arms crossed. Perhaps we can teach them real warfare. The human liaison, Sergeant Martinez, had just smiled. Sure thing. Basic training starts at 0430. Don't be late. Basic? The draconic warrior laughed, scales rattling. We want to see your elite programs. This is where we start, Martinez said simply. Where we make civilians into soldiers. 8 weeks. 8 weeks. Vextor scoffed. Zarn warriors train for years. Cool. See you at 0430. The aliens arrived at the training ground confident. They left different. It started with the wake up. Everybody up. Move. 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 The drill instructor, a human who somehow projected his voice across the entire compound without technology, stormed through the barracks. Recruits had 60 seconds to dress and stand at attention. Efficient, Vextor noted. Then he watched what happened to those who were late. You think the enemy's gonna wait while you tie your shoe, recruit? The instructor's face was inches from a trembling human. Drop and give me 50. Physical punishment for being 12 seconds late, the Methanian drone whispered. That seems... What was that? You got something to say? The instructor had somehow heard the alien observer from 30 feet away. Everybody drops. 100 push-ups. Thank your friend. The entire unit dropped and began. In unison. In the mud. In the rain that had just started. They're being punished for our comment, the Draconid asked. Collective responsibility, Martinez explained. They succeed together or fail together. But that's not fair, the Methanian protested. Fair? Martinez chuckled. War isn't fair. Cancer isn't fair. Death isn't fair. He paused. We train for reality, not fairness. The PT session that followed broke several aliens' understanding of physics. Humans ran. And ran. And ran. When one fell, others picked them up. When those helpers fell, others took their place. They ran until they vomited, then kept running. She's not injured. She's just a little broken. That's different, the instructor said about a recruit dry heaving on the side. Back in line, Thompson. Your body's lying to you. Lying. Vextor's translator glitched. Bodies don't lie. They report damage. Watch, Martinez said. Thompson got up. Wiped her mouth. Kept running. Impossible, the Draconid breathed. Her metabolic readings show complete exhaustion. That's Tuesday, another recruit gasped as he ran past. The obstacle course was where several aliens requested to leave. Recruits crawled under barbed wire through mud. Real wire. Real cuts. They climbed walls with full gear. They swung across gaps that would break bones if they fell. And they did fall. Medic, the instructor called as a recruit hit the ground hard. Compound fracture? Vextor asked, horrified. Dislocated shoulder, the medic said, already working. We'll pop it back. Pop. Good to go? The instructor asked. The recruit, tears streaming, nodded. Then move. Course doesn't run itself. They're drowning for practice, the Methanian observed at the pool, watching recruits tread water in full gear until exhaustion. Drown-proofing, Martinez corrected. They're learning their limits. How to push past panic. How to think when their body screams death. Why? Vextor demanded. Why put them through this? Martinez pointed to the recruits, now helping each other stay afloat. Because when everything goes wrong, when they're hurt, scared, exhausted, they need to know they can keep going. That their mind rules their body, not the other way around. The combat training made the Draconid warrior step back. Recruits fought with pugil sticks. Full contact. No holding back. Blood, bruises, knocked teeth, all part of the program. Jenkins. You call that a hit? My grandmother hits harder and she's dead. Again. 2 recruits went at each other like their lives depended on it. They're enjoying it? Vextor noticed some recruits grinning through split lips. They're learning to channel aggression, Martinez explained. To control it. Use it. Not fear it. But it was the gas chamber that broke the aliens' composure. You're gassing your own recruits? The Draconid roared. CS gas. Tear gas. Non-lethal, Martinez said. They need to know how to function when they can't see. Can't breathe. Everything burns. They watched recruits enter the chamber, masks on. Then, on command, remove them. Breathe in poison. Recite their service number through the choking. Support each other out. What are you? The instructor bellowed at the gasping, crying, snot-covered recruits. Deathworlders, sir. What do you feel? Pain, sir. What do you do with it? We eat it, sir. Why? Because we're harder than life, sir. The finale was the crucible. 54 hours. 48 miles. 29 exercises. 8 hours of sleep. Total. Vextor watched humans carry injured squadmates for miles. Share their last food with someone struggling more. Literally hold each other up to complete objectives. They don't break. They break through, he whispered. One recruit, delirious with exhaustion, started singing. Others joined. Soon the entire unit was singing through their march, voices cracking, feet bleeding, but singing. How? The Methanian asked. How do they keep going? Because they choose to, Martinez said simply. Every morning they choose to get up. Every task they choose to complete. Every limit they choose to push. That's what we're really training. Not their bodies. Their choice to continue. The ceremony at the end was simple. Exhausted recruits received a small metal pin. An eagle, globe, and anchor. They cried receiving it. All that for a tiny piece of metal? The Draconid asked. No, Vextor said quietly, finally understanding. All that to prove they could do all that. The metal just reminds them. Back at the Galactic Military Summit, Vextor gave his report. We didn't see training. We saw ritualized madness, he began. But madness with purpose. They take their softest, weakest civilians, beings who've never known hardship, and in 8 weeks, transform them into something that scares me. Scares you? The council leader leaned forward. The great Vextor? Yes. Because I realized something watching them. We train warriors to fight. To use weapons. To follow orders. He paused. Humans train their people to suffer. To endure suffering. To thrive in suffering. To support each other through suffering. And then they hand them weapons. Surely they're elite units. This was their basic. The minimum. What they expect from everyone. Vextor's 4 hands trembled. Their special forces? I don't want to know what they endure. So they're tougher than expected, another delegate said dismissively. So what? The Draconid warrior spoke up. You don't understand. It's not that they're tough. It's that they make it voluntary. No one forces them. They line up for this. They pay to suffer. They're proud of their scars. It's not their bodies you should fear. It's their will, the Methanian added. A will that turns I can't into I must. That finds meaning in misery. Purpose in pain. The room fell silent. Finally, the council leader asked, your recommendation? Vextor exchanged glances with the other observers. Maintain alliance with Earth. Never, ever give them a reason to use what they're training for. Because a species that does this to themselves for practice. Yes. Imagine what they do to an enemy. The motion passed unanimously. And somewhere on Earth, another bus full of recruits arrived at basic training, thinking they knew what hard meant. They'd learn. They always did. Welcome to hell, recruits, the instructor shouted. I am your tour guide. Now drop and give me 50. Just another Tuesday on the Death World.